This TikTok girl apparently spent $12,000 in the month of May. The user is Bukola.dev. Interesting.
This is how I spent $12,000 this month as a 27-year-old living in the New York City area working in tech. Let's start with my biggest expense, taxes. I live in a state with one of the highest tax rates, so this month I paid $3,400
$3,400 in taxes. Lord.
in taxes. Now let's move on to my next biggest expense, my investments. We might be heading towards a recession and the stocks are at a huge discount right now, so I put $4,000 into the market.
Honestly, I love that, right? I love that she's like basically starting, like, that she's consistently, it seems like, to be putting money into the stock market.
Specifically into low-cost index funds. Now let's
Props to you for the index fund route.
move on to the base expenses. My share for my apartment utilities and gym membership comes out to $1,700.
You know, that actually doesn't seem that high for New York City. Interesting.
Living in Jersey City means cheaper rent, but because I work and socialize in New York City, I spend a lot on Ubers and public transportation.
Ooh, okay.
This comes out to $400. As a black
$400. Honestly, I thought that would be worse, to be frank. On like a monthly basis, I thought that would be worse if she had to go and travel into New York City using Ubers and all that kind of stuff.
woman, I spend too much money on beauty, specifically hair-related expenses. I spent $100 to remove my microlinks, and later in the month I got medium knotless braids that cost me $420 with tip. This month I spent $600.
Okay, so how much was that? 420? 420 basically for her hair plus 100, so like 520 for basically her hair. Okay.
$600 on food. This is pretty high.
Wait, $600 on food for just a month? Oh,
$600 on food. This is pretty high because inflation, but I also made some dumb purchases like these $70 strawberries.
$70 strawberries. Okay, like from what I see, the only like stupid thing that she spent her money on are these strawberries, right? Like, one, I'm not a girl, right? I don't know what it's like to deal with various types of hair or whatever, so who knows about that. But yeah, $70 strawberries for like what? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. For 11 strawberries, you spent $70. That, I gotta say, was absurd.
Strawberries, plus some other expenses, brings the total to around $12,000.
But yeah, I don't know what the other expenses though, right? Because hold on, so she spent 3,400 on taxes. On this,
In taxes. Now let's move on to my next biggest expense.
hold on, so I want to calculate. So 34. Actually, no. Let's do this. So start off with 12,000. That's what she says, right? Minus $3,400 in taxes. Okay.
My investments. We might be heading towards a recession and the stocks are at a huge discount right now, so I put $4,000
So 4,000 in the index funds, which again, props to you. So that's 4,600.
into the market, specifically into low-cost index funds. Now let's move on to the base expenses. My share for my apartment utilities and gym membership comes out to $1,700.
So 1,700. So minus 1,700. So that's 2,900 left.
$100. Living in Jersey City means cheaper rent, but because I work and socialize in New York City, I spend a lot on Ubers and public transportation. This comes out to $400.
So that's $400 on transportation basically. Okay, so that's 2,500 left.
As a black woman, I spend too much money on beauty, specifically hair-related expenses. I spent $100 to remove my microlinks.
So let's see. So minus 100 for removal of something.
And later in the month, I got medium knotless braids that cost me $420.
So braids minus 420.
With tip. This month I spent $600 on food.
Okay, now minus $600 on food.
This is pretty high because inflation, but I also made some dumb purchases like these $70 strawberries.
Okay.
strawberries, plus some other expenses brings the total to around 12,000.
So around 12,000 was her thing. But like I don't know what these other expenses are where it was like 1380. Like what are these other expenses? Like you just going out extra, parties, something, right? Like miscellaneous expenses, maybe like vending machines, etc. Like I don't know where this money basically went, which is kind of interesting. But in the grand scheme of things, she's not really being bad with her money because she's literally putting 4 grand into low cost index funds towards like her future, right? Now, the real question is, does she have debt while doing all this? Because if she has debt while doing all this, then I would say that she's not really being financially smart. She needs to pay off that debt because then once she's off of that debt, she could really funnel crazy amounts of money towards her future. Let's see. So y'all talking about the strawberries and hair like this isn't good money management. She put a little under half her disposable income in investments. And the creator says, exactly? And like, yeah, like props to her. Like I think it's pretty impressive for her to put like about half her disposable income into investments. I think that's an amazing thing, right? And I'm not even complaining about how much she spent on like her hair, beauty, whatever kind of stuff, right? I'm not even complaining about that. It's just like I wonder, does she have any debt? Because that's a really big factor. Let's see. Hmm. I don't think I see anything with her talking about her debt, if she has any. Let's check out her account. Hmm. Am I explaining to my mom why I quit my job? No. Fun employed. What? Don't know what the heck that is. Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. I'm trying to see something about if she has any debt. I don't really see anything though. Hmm. Remote work. Yeah, I don't really see anything, which kind of sucks. I would love to see. Oh wait, average financial mean. Oh no, that's just talking about the average things. Um, anything here? Let's see. Best financial decisions. Let's see. No music. So let's see. Best financial decisions I made in my 20s. Living in the cheapest apartment possible. Saving on big recurring expenses items like housing can help you maintain a lower cost of living. Yep. Which makes it easier to direct money into an emergency fund and investments. Agreed. Developing skills to transition into a high paying industry. Took a chance, quit my job to learn how to code and build technical skill. This allowed me to transition into the tech industry, which doubled my income and allowed me to increase my income earning potential. Props to you. Building an emergency fund allowed me to quit my job and take the chance to pursue a different career path. Now I maintain one for financial stability, to cover emergencies, and to take risks. Learning about personal finance. I learned everything about personal finance from reading books. I learned how to budget, how to use the credit cards, and how to invest. And learning how to invest allowed me to build the knowledge and confidence to invest smartly to build wealth and avoid investing scams. So let's see. These are the books I really enjoyed. I Would Teach You to Be Rich, Common Sense Investing, Psychology of Money, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay. So did you self-study or do a coding boot camp? Self-study, but if I could go back, I'd have gotten a CS degree or gone to a boot camp. Interesting. Well, I mean, props to her. I think it's pretty cool that she basically developed herself into a way where she's way more financially set, which is pretty awesome. But I still don't know if she has debt or not, so that's kind of like a thing. But props to her. Props to her.